These are the most expensive nickels sold at auction during 2025. In 1866, the US Mint introduced the shield nickel, but by 1867 it became clear that the design would not be sustainable, as the rays on the reverse was causing problems during striking. To simplify things, the rays were ordered removed in January of 1867, creating the with and without rays varieties. Here we see a rare proof example of the rays type, originally estimated to have as little as 10 to 15 coins minted, but more modern research, and not to mention population data, has revealed that likely double that number may exist. This coin is graded as Proof 64 Cameo by PCGS, and at auction in April it was sold by Heritage for $33,600. The 1935 D Buffalo Nickel is the last coin in the series to chronically suffer from serious striking defects, as it is also the second scarcest coin in the popular 1934-38 short set to obtain in a mint state grade. Though at a mintage of just 12 million coins, it can hardly be considered as a low mintage issue. Graded by PCGS as MS67+, this stunning example was sold at auction in April by Great Collections for $37,462. One of the most notable conditional rarities in the series is the 1925 S nickel, and this coin is a prime example of why, despite its lofty grade of MS65+ from PCGS, which places it near the top of the population report, the obvious details are almost non-existent, even at this grade level. So when Heritage sold this coin in August, it fetched $38,400 at auction. The 1914 satin-proof finish Buffalo Nickel shows a distinct improvement, or, well, one could argue, an evolution over the 1913 matte-proof coins. 1914 was the second year of production for the series, and the third proof delivery following the 1913 Type 1 and Type 2 issues. The current example is graded by PCGS as Proof 68+, and in November, Stax Bowers sold this coin at auction for a total of $42,000. The 1927 D Buffalo Nickel is a coin that can easily be overlooked. It has a relatively low mintage, but not so low as to make it a key date, and most examples are poorly struck to begin with. The trick, if there is one, is to find a well-struck example in a high grade. This coin was graded by PCGS as MS66+, and has fantastic eye appeal. When it sold at auction in August, bidding secured a price of $45,000. The 1919 S nickel is not exactly the type of coin you'd expect to find on a list like this. In terms of total mintage, it's right in the middle of the pack, ranked at 27th out of 64 issues, with 7.5 million coins struck. True gems, however, with a sharp strike, are actually rare, and this MS65+ coin from PCGS is about as close as you can hope to come. And in October, Heritage sold this piece at auction for $49,200. And then, finally, we have another shield nickel that made the list this year. Low demand for nickels in 1880, after hoarded silver coins started returning to circulation, led to just 16,000 shield nickels being struck at Philadelphia, which is the lowest business strike mintage for the series. Mint state examples are extremely rare. This MS65 example from PCGS is a seldomly seen gem that sold at auction in February for $51,600. The 1926 S Buffalo nickel had a mintage of only 970,000 coins, officially making it the lowest mintage coin in the series, and has, over the years, garnered a reputation for being a poorly struck issue. While not entirely unjustified, this is not exactly fair either, and most of the softness seen is usually not the result of bad strike, but from worn equipment instead. This example is graded as MS65 and is a fantastic little coin that managed to attain a closing price at auction in April of $80,437. Despite having the third lowest mintage figure in the series, the Type 2 1913S Buffalo nickel is arguably the scarcest and most difficult coin in the series to obtain today. This especially holds true in higher grades. Though the coin depicts the usual softness on the date and letters of liberty that is typical for the issue, the overall grade places it as tied for the finest known for the issue, at MS67 plus from PCGS, as it sold at auction in August for $84,000. The 1918 over 7 Buffalo nickel first appeared in the literature in 1930, when an example was offered at auction by dealer Paul Lang of Rochester in New York. Since then, the variety has only grown in popularity, and despite that, precious few examples have surfaced over the years. The coin was essentially a transitional era of sorts, when a national coinage shortage emerged in 1917. The mint had to scramble to prepare additional dies to meet the increased demand. In the chaos, an existing 1917 example was then overstruck with a 1918 hub to create this variety. This excellent example is one of the few high-grade examples that are known. With a grade of MS64 from PCGS, it sold at auction at the January Fun Show for $90,000. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch the top 15 Lincoln cents also sold in 2025 next, right here. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.